Money should not be the center motive of actually you being a creator.
To some point, my phone was lagging. I did not still have a phone. I would not sleep in the night. When my mom is sleeping, like I will literally sneak her phone like this. I will put her phone on silent mode, then sneak it out, then put my leg in between the door, then like go out. Then when I know I don't have money, yeah, but I know where my money, the little money I get, I know where I put it. You get, it's a process. It will not pay. It might not pay off today, but to pay off some other time.
Let me come in with this. I think it was 2 years ago. I went for an exhibition in Abuja. I need to be sincere with you. I transported myself from Ekiti to Abuja with my money. I went for the exhibition hoping to sell the artwork, but it's so unfortunate that I came back with the artwork. Do you know the issue we have is that many of us, we have infatuation.
Infatuation.
Yes. In which the love for the thing has not been tested. So if we don't nurture it well, we get tired.
Just went there and I met Kegan.
You
I
met
did not
Kegan.
I just went there and Kegan Tech came and he talked. Kegan Tech told me something. There was this guy, a friend of mine here. Yeah. He posted somebody as last year. This person creates in church. If you see the gap this guy too. The video he does in church, fantastic, and he will tell you he doesn't have phone. He collects phone from people and he creates something, and somebody saw it.
There's no excuse.
Somebody in UK saw
There's
it
no excuse.
and sent money for phone to him.
Why is that a lot of major content creators actually broke flat? Welcome to Think Different With St.Promise.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're going to show the point. And what we're speaking on today is the creative creator. We're in a generation whereby social media is one of the fastest way people make money. People have different forms of making money online apart from social media. We have tech, we have crypto, we have a lot of things like that. So now, being creative now, a lot of people have different misconceptions about being creative. So now the first question I would like to ask you is, how can one be creative in this noisy generation?
Okay. Thank you for the question. First of all, I think before we started, we had a conversation. I think we need to see the creative industry as a channel, not as an industry. Everybody is a creator. It's just like social media, and the way to actually advance your creativity is through the social media. Now, I feel we are in a generation whereby we have misconception of creativity. The fact is that let me try to relate this to the scripture, where someone was given 2 talents, the other person was given 1 talent. Every human being is actually born to be a creator. Even if you think you're a creator, if you so it now depends on how you are able to bring it all together through the channel of creativity. If you have an organization, most especially for you to be relevant in this particular sphere, in this particular world, you need to ensure that you are creating something. So it's still creativity. Now, when we now want to shift this to an aspect of influence, then we now need to redefine what exactly is creativity. I think we also had a conversation when we were talking about some social, some.
Yeah.
I personally feel like creativity, we need to see it as a channel in which you tend to let people know what you are made of, not seeing it as
The
an
money making
industry.
machine.
Yeah, exactly. Just see it as a way of trying to influence the society.
But wait, before you say that, people jump into that space to make money.
Yes.
Everybody's hungry.
Yeah.
So how can you now say you don't need to see being creative in that aspect? You need to see it as like, something organic and something real, whereby people are hungry and they see being creative is, let's say, the fastest way to make money. So they don't tend to actually wait and to try and rethink and create something.
The fact is that before you start anything, before you start anything, you really need to actually define. So you need to define what exactly is prompting you. Money should not be the main focus.
Sorry,
If money is the main focus,
I'm
I'm
really
telling you,
hungry.
if money is the main focus, you are going to be discouraged.
if money is not the main focus, what would be the main focus?
Alright. So before you became a creator for money, you had passion.
Okay.
What prompted you to become a fashion designer?
Okay.
You had passion for it. You
Okay.
saw a dress and you wanted to like create it.
But sometimes it's actually about okay. I know
No, let me tell you
sometimes it's
something.
actually about I don't have anything to do with my hands. I need to hustle. I need to get money. So may I
At
just
that,
try something
at
out.
that point, there are a lot of things. You say you might not be passion, but you just want something you like. I am in a position where I need to do something. I cannot just go out there and say I want to do mechanic work because it's not something I like. You get no matter the pressure that is put on you to do something, you will still look for what you have passion in.
Mm.
If you don't have passion in that thing, you are wasting your time.
What did you know between having passion for something and being creative for something?
Eh?
The difference between passion and creativity.
There are two different things.
Can you explain it?
I have passion for something, yes, and that thing I have passion for, I am creating with it. Do you get?
Then another angle to it is that creativity actually needs you to be schooled. For instance, both of us are creators.
In what aspect?
He's a phone cinematographer. I'm also a phone cinematographer,
Really?
and I'm also an artist. Now,
Okay.
you can have passion for you being an artist, but that doesn't make you a creator. When you have passion, for instance, when I wanted to start phone cinematography, what I did was I had passion for it, but that doesn't make me a phone cinematographer. So I need to be in school to be a creator or
It's a
to work
process.
is a process. It's not just passion is just like the fuel, the conceptual
That is driving
reflection.
you.
Yeah. But then you becoming a creator, you need to be schooled. You need to learn. And that's where even your passion is going to be tested. And that's why I used to say that money should not be the center motive. It should just be it can be part, but not the main. Money should not be the center motive of actually you being a creator. Now let me try to explain this in a way everybody will understand. The main picture is that you really need to study the space in which you want to get into. Have identify the gap, identify people that have gone ahead of you. But if you actually check money and you want money to motivate you based on that, I tell you are going to be discouraged because eventually, if you don't have what it takes to be relevant, the money will not come. And the process alone is enough to actually weigh you down. So you really need to understand that okay, fine, this is something I know, this is what I want to do. Now let me use myself as an example. I wanted to study mass communication since when I was very, very young because my mom wanted to study mass comm, but she eventually did not do it. So since then, it's just like something I had interest and all. So eventually, I got admitted into mass communication. So through that, I was able to identify that so I can draw. Fine, I draw before, but I thought about it that okay, fine. How do I relate mass communication with arts? Then I got to understand that it's actually related. Photojournalism. We tell stories. Journalism. So I related it to it. Later on, when I started moving on, I thought about phone cinematography. So all these things actually comes in line into journalism, into mass media. So it is not just that I've never thought about money when it comes to any of my crafts. I've attended exhibitions, but money is not my motive. My motive is just that okay, fine. This is a picture of what I'm seeing. Then how do I communicate it? When people actually come across this, how do they see it? How do they perceive it? That's my motive. But then money is still going to be the factor. Even for you to go to school, you need money. For you to get your tools, for you to get gadgets and all, you need money. But then what is passion without sacrifice? So all these things are being put together for you to be able to make impact, not money.
But there's something I would like to say is that what shaped your mentality to feel like money is not the main factor. Like, haven't you been broke? Haven't you? No, it's a
Honestly,
question. Haven't you been broke? For example, even being a mobile cinematographer, I can tell you, first of all, you're going to go for gigs. How
yeah.
are you going to transport yourself to the venue? First of all, before people trust you to give you gigs and work, they must see something.
Mm.
Second of all, how are you going to get your tripod, your mic, your gimbal, you can't use an Android that is not really that good. You actually have to use a good phone with a good camera quality and a good audio quality. So someone that is starting that because I've met a lot of people that will tell me they have the passion,
Yeah.
they have the zeal, the fire that is burning in them. They actually want to be creative, but there is no money to
Mm.
do it. Even to achieve some purpose in life, let's be honest,
You
you
need
need
money.
money, you need investment. So someone that is starting from ground zero, what can that person do when the person actually wants to venture into that particular pattern of life?
Now let me come in with this. I think it was 2 years ago. I went for I went for an exhibition in Abuja. I need to be sincere with you. I transported myself from Ekiti to Abuja with my money. I went for the exhibition hoping to sell the artwork, but it's so unfortunate that I came back with the artwork. So how do you explain that? So I'm telling you this because a lot of times your motive will continuously be tested. And also for let me also share my experience as a do you know the issue we have is that many of us we have infatuation,
Infatuation.
yes, in which the love for the thing has not been tested. So if we don't nurture it well, we get tired. If you want to become a phone cinematographer or you want to become a cinematographer, there are a lot of things you need to put in place before starting. You can't just say, okay, I want to become this today and you start today. You need to have some things, you need to get gadgets. And it can take you a year. You can just say, put all things together, think about what you need. What can I start with? But the fact is that when you want to start, ensure you start. But it can take a long period of time. If you want to be a cinematographer, you need gadgets, you need a laptop. So you need to know that, okay, fine, I'm bringing this thing together. And before you start, it is not necessary that you have the gadgets. If it's that, okay, fine, I can get from friends, I can get this, but get something done. Just know that you are trying to ensure that the concept, the idea in your mind, you are feeding it on a daily basis. You can just be checking videos that, oh, this video, when I check Burode, there's a way it color grades, there's a way it put these things. I love this concept. So by the time you want to start, when you have the gadget, you just start. Or you can also put yourself under mentorship. You can be under somebody, you can still have access to the
I feel
gadgets,
like that
spending the
mentorship does
time.
not need to actually have to face to face. You can do. There was something I learned about e-mentorship. You don't need to
Exactly.
know the person.
You
As
don't
long
need
as you see the person on social media and you use your data, you can just be watching and watching
watching,
and watching and watching
exactly,
and
exactly. Because there's a way to actually try to work
reshift.
on your, exactly. You know when something is good. Because identification is also part. A lot of us know that, oh, this thing is supposed to be done like this. It's not because you practiced it, but then based on videos you've consumed, based on mentorship, based on things you've seen, you just know that this thing can be better. And I tell you, that's the fuel to every creativity.
Okay,
You need to just
okay.
know that something needs to be better, and that's to be good.
So I'm going to use myself.
Okay.
Starting up,
Yeah.
I had it in mind I wanted to do cinematography way since like 2020, 2021. But I was using the Redmi 9C at that time. The camera was good up until but Android, the camera deteriorated
Yeah.
as so I stopped cinematography. So I went to church. In my church, we do this thing. That was the first place I took a phone, started videoing. So there's this girl, she gave me a XR and I video and everything. I send it to my phone when I get home and I edit and I send it back. That is like a process. It got to a point she could not give me her phone anymore. But we have to produce something in church every Sunday. My brother uses an XR. I make sure my brother comes to church early. My brother doesn't come to church early. They don't like coming to church early. So I make sure that they come to church early.
Yeah.
I collect their phone, and even if it is only at the half of the service, I create something from each service. That's how I started. Until I got my phone. I got my phone last year on my birthday as a birthday gift because they saw that I was creating something.
I actually have to say something about it.
You see,
Yeah, they saw something.
you have to make how I put it, make a step,
Make effort.
put effort. There was this guy, a friend of mine here.
Yeah.
He posted somebody as a last year. This person creates in church. If you see the gap this guy do, the video he does in church, fantastic. And he will tell you he doesn't have a phone. He collects phone from people and he creates something. And somebody saw it.
There's no excuse.
Somebody in UK saw
There's
it
no excuse.
and sent money for phone to him.
Now, I would like to say something. You see, there is no excuse. Now, I'll also use myself as an example because we're telling everyone that if you have something you want to do and you know having it, it is not an excuse that you cannot do it.
Yes.
You need to remove your mindset. I was saying to myself, I remember 2020, 21, I started doing some snippet about video editing. Then it was more about this birthday slideshow with Vivo in short. So then I didn't have a phone. I was still in secondary school. I didn't have a phone. I would use my mom's phone. And you know how parents can be. They'll be so not annoying, but when you're using their phones and the rest, with time and the rest. So did it. There were times whereby it reached some point they will not be around. There were times I've been insulted. I remember being insulted at a place because there was a part of my life where I'm a saxophonist. So I play sax. So I remember that it's nice the music, and I was like, please, can I just use your phone with video? This person was holding the phone. I was like, I don't have a phone. Like I've seen people like that. I've seen people that have done a lot of stuff like that, and sometimes it will be like, man, God win, and God why? Like this person that has this gadget is not even using it well.
Yes.
Unlike me that I have the idea to do it. And even recently, from all those years, using then before I started becoming an editor, editing nice interviews, nice visuals, putting out there, worshiping the sermons and putting it out there. To some point, my phone was lagging. I did not still have a phone. I would not sleep in the night. When my mom is sleeping, like I will literally sneak her phone like this. I will put her phone on silent mode, then sneak it out, then put my leg in between the door, then go out. Then when I know, I'm being honest with you. So I know that she's sleeping. I know when she's sleeping, I can use that time to work. So then I would not sleep. So then I'm using that time to work. Then I will now post. When she comes back, I will now post. Then I data finishes. I finish it. I can confess now. So then I literally do that to some point that even when my phone spoiled, I have collected insults, beaten and dead, but I was just like, it's something I love doing. And then when I got my phone, got an Android phone, it was not still good enough. And I started trying to make more videos, trying to make more videos. And then I said, if I don't have it, I have people that have it.
Yes.
You cannot do live all by yourself.
Yes,
might know there's a nice content creator that blew up some months ago in AMGC Award. They gave him an hour address. I've forgotten his name. And he said all of his friends are all using iPhone. He does not have both. He said he makes friends with all of them that when they sing, this guy will be like, his friends will be like, my phone is going to suffer. And to the point that all my friends, all my classmates I'm close to, I beg them, I ask them, even starting this podcast, like my career is the best. I'll beg them, I'll say please, and they'll be like, sure, no Allah. I'll ask them, sure, no Allah. To the point of episode 1, episode 2, we use it. Even in the show, I'll be like, even when we want to interview other people outside, I would come to the venue. Yeah. I remember the convocation that just passed. I came to the venue, I'll be like, I'm waiting for you, please, your phone. I'm ready for you, please, your phone. And I remember the point breaking was, you see one thing about life, the Bible say, be diligent, except the man be diligent in his work and he will stand among kings. It's like, just keep going. Yeah. And then I was doing it, and then I was making a particular video, and I was procrastinating, and I was like, I don't have a phone. If I use an iPhone and I send the visual to my phone, it would not work because the quality is too big. Yeah. So you know what? My amazing friend, I asked him, please, can I borrow your phone? He said, hey, I'll give you 10 minutes. So I went, I did the video. After doing the video,
It was a sermon video. After doing the video, and I posted it, and some people were like, "Nice, amazing, and it's a sermon video," and then I got a message from a family member, and they were like, "You borrowed your phone to go and make a video. You went out on that sun. We're changing this," and that was like, "Oh my God." Now, if I was like, I don't have it, no, let me just think and zero.
You can't just relax.
Yes, yes.
Don't relax.
And that's one thing about passion is a fuel. You tend to look for how to quantify it.
But one thing I
Is
would
it
like
fire?
to, yeah, one thing I would like to address is why is a lot of major content creators actually broke? Like, I'll
You
be
know-
honest. I'll be honest. Even with the use of social media, except from people streaming that ways, like, why is that most times we don't get that much money? I told someone, I said, after reading filmmaker clubs, I said, I did not earn 1 naira, and I was like, oh my goodness. And we have a lot of people like that. Imagine that energy of building that much followers and engagement, and I realized that, oh, damn it, I'm in Nigeria. This account and the rest. After video in Nigeria, it's like, what can you do? A creator that has worked hard, and yet is not seeing the feedback he or she wants.
I would say it's still a process.
It's still a process.
Yes, because before you get to a particular point, so you have gotten to that point before. Do you know Salem King?
Salem, yeah, it's
You know
Salem, yeah,
Salem King?
yeah.
Yes. So people like Salem, people like Keegan Tech,
Keegan,
all these
yeah.
guys have gotten to a point.
Eric,
Gugwa, too.
Yeah.
All these guys have gotten to a point. To an extent, Gugwa did an event beyond convention
yeah.
last weekend,
Wow.
and he had to cut the price of the tickets because he discovered that a lot of people needed this space. Do you get? I went to an event in June 26th. I can't remember. It was a ticket event, a masterclass with photographers, and it got to a point. The owner of the event, the convener, did not see anybody. Nobody bought the ticket.
Are you for real?
He had to.
Are you for real?
Yes, we sold just 3 tickets,
How?
and we had to like cut everything. The event was supposed to be for 3 days. We had to cut it to 1 day, and the event still held.
The people show up.
People showed up. We had over 60 people for free
Yeah, that's Nigerian story.
because the event became free.
Do you know
That's
how much
Nigerian.
renting of that space and
See, it
everything?
is
that
a
you make it?
process. No matter how, I don't have money, yeah, but I know where my money, the little money I get, I know where I put it. You get, it's a process. It will not pay. It might not pay off today, but it will pay off some other time. I don't know if you watch TikTok a lot or you watch people like Tishi and Shayo and the band people. I don't know. These people, they got their first car as a last week from content creation. I will just tell you, you don't have to rush it.
Yeah.
It is a process.
You pay off.
It will pay off at a point. Right now, I was just working on my own and I said, I should come and do podcast. Somebody else can just see me and say, okay, this guy, this is what he does. Enter my DM and see how far.
Just put yourself in the right
Put
position.
yourself in the right position out there. It will get to a time. You might have 0 naira in your account today, and tomorrow you might be a billionaire. It is a process. You just don't have to like be in the money.
Yeah.
See,
And
if everybody is talking about money,
And another
nobody
thing is that most times we tend to focus on what we are not meant to focus on. In a sense, like when you see some work, you know that this work is exactly built from experience. There are times that I just see some and you know that this. I think easy. I showed you one Koinonia or something.
Koinonia.
Yeah, I said the guy that I did.
You saw that
I was like, this guy is
it was
mad.
too good.
Now, when you see stuff like that, it's going to motivate you, but you can't put yourself. You should know that this is a combination of experience, combination of ideas, combination of
It's not
yes,
just money.
exactly. It's not money, but
It's
this
not
is
money.
combination of experience. This
Money
person-
can give you experience.
exactly. So it's a process you really need to go through.
To just boost it. It won't give you
It will give you
experience.
experience.
I can have money
You can have the
and
gadget
stay in
and
a
you don't have
position,
anything to do
and I
with
can
it.
have money and stay in a position for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and I will not move forward. If I don't decide that I want to move forward.
You
Some
need
people have
knowledge.
money, and the place I am today, some people that have money, they are not there.
The same
It's the
iPhone,
process.
the same iPhone we have everywhere. The way you are going to handle iPhone is going to be quite different from the way we handle it because we see it as we handle it based on what we know. You can have the best camera and do nothing with it.
You and I see iPhone as a tool,
tool,
yeah, and equipment.
Yeah.
Some others see iPhone as just code.
Yeah.
That's another
Just-
huge level.
That's the thing.
So you really need to.
I know
take
that if I
knowledge.
have 16 like this, I know what I can do with it. I still use an iPhone 11, and I know what I do with my iPhone 11. People that have 16, 17 Pro Max, they've not even done half of what I use my own 11 to do.
I remember I went for an event. I was still using XS Max, and in the event we had a lot of creators for the event. Like remember, I shot a video with my XS Max, and I was now trying to compare my quality with somebody using 16 Pro Max. And funniest thing is that many times we get discouraged, but then you still need to show up. So then I just knew I need to change my phone. I'm going to give it anything straight. Not that this person is actually better than me, but the fact even till now I still borrow 17 Pro Max to shoot.
Yeah. I have a shoot that
Yeah, I
If I
borrow
see
17 Pro
a
Max.
and I
So
take
it's not that
Apple,
nobody's there yet, but we are still in the process. But then you need to know that there is still something about this thing I need to know consistently. My editing, my lightning, and everything has to be equipped just to bring. So you give it everything. I don't have a 17 Pro Max, but I have friends that
Yeah, same thing. You
so I use it.
networking.
I use 13 Pro Max.
and that too, being right one.
Being the right room, know the people you
Yes.
have around.
Because before this year, I never attended any event. And the reason is because I'm a very shy person. Very, very shy. When you were calling me to this I was trying to run away. I'm a very shy person. I first staying behind the camera and staying in front of the
Yeah.
camera. So as our last I attended 3 events in June. There's one event in Loop Aquarium, close Aquarium event. I just went there and I met Kegan there.
You
I
met
did not even know.
Kegan.
I just went there and Kegan Tech came and he talked. Kegan Tech told me something. He said
Please tell me.
he said that okay, I stopped creating. I did this 30 days challenge
Yeah,
from January to
I think
February.
I followed.
Yeah, and I stopped after the 30 days challenge. I just went on social media. I didn't do anything. I was just there. My head was blank. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I told him, and he said, I now went on like it's 3 to 4 months break. And I said, the 30 days challenge was a waste because before you go into it,
Yeah.
you should have a plan.
Mm.
You should know what you want to do. Kegan Tech, that particular time that was in that room inspired me.
Then
And I went back to the drawing book and I started it.
a lot of times we tend to follow trends. There is a brain behind the trend. So you don't know the brain behind the trend. That's why most times we just try to waste resources. So you really need to have a blueprint of this is what I want to do. Content calendar. This is how I want to do it. This is the process in which I will be able to actualize.
In that one question I like to ask today is how can one balance content life with other aspects of their lives? For example, the students, doing your normal content, doing school runs, doing all that job, and how can you just balance it in every other?
Now let me
aspect of
just
life?
put it together. We are still young, so we have the strength to bring 2, 3, 4 things together. I personally, I work 5 to 6. Yeah, 9 to 5 rather.
No,
I come to work. Weekends I go to do whatever I want to do. There are times I travel to do whatever I want to do. But then we are still young, and you need to ensure that you manage your time well. I don't have time to go and play football again. In fact, the last time I played football was 2 years, 3 years ago. I can't remember because then by the time I sit, I finish one, I need to start another one.
Mm.
And that's why I can't even think about marriage yet because I don't have time. I'm sorry for.
Yeah, no.
So the main focus is just ensure you manage your time. Okay, this time, there are times I put before leaving the house, I have a to-do list. I pen down everything I need to do for the day, and I ensure that by the time I get back home, I'm able to ensure I tick. So we need to ensure that we manage our time so as to be productive. Everything you do needs time. Even for you to say you want to go and dance, you want to go for party, you need to also adapt to your time so as to ensure that you are not just in the world without having any social aspect of.
Instead of being a consumer.
Yeah,
you become a
exactly,
creator.
exactly.
Okay, in rounding up, um, it's just one last question, and that's it. What advice, separately, separately, can you give out? Not just being a cinematographer or anything, but just separately as a creator
Yeah.
who lacks funding, who lacks emotional support, who lacks enthusiasm, and lacks every single thing, but yes, just has that thought that I want to be a creator in every area, and is he or she is afraid
Yeah.
of how to start. So, then just say something about it.
I personally will advise that you get yourself a right environment. Get yourself a right environment. We are in a world where you don't need to see people. You can create a community for yourself. We have there are a lot of times. I think when I wanted to start collaborating, I had to ensure I had enough data to consume and to exhaust. The reason being is because I had to also change my algorithm. On TikTok, you see collaborating. On YouTube, you see collaborating. I don't have. I just want to have the picture of how it looks. So I ensure that my environment is surrounded. And there are some people I follow, like 3, 4 people. So anytime they drop content, I check. This. So I compare and contrast. So I personally will advise that ideas doesn't end in you conceptualizing it. It ends when you put it into practice. Get the picture. And I'm going to, if you are being consistent in not seeing it, it's going to pay off. Get yourself a right environment, get yourself the right people you can talk to, people you know that look for people in your environment that your thinking is the same, not the olodo. Exactly. Get yourself the right people that you know you have the same mindset. And I can assure you when you start putting all these things together, it's going to pay off.
Thank you. What about you?
So, like I said, the right one. Just make sure you're in the right one. When there are events, go for events. This thing they will shape your mind. Have friends that are like-minded. Your social media should be something that you want to be. If you check my social media, somebody opened my TikTok. Sometimes I was just scrolling. You will see Salem King, see Kegan, see this. They say, what are you enjoying? Your TikTok is not even interesting. It's interesting to me because that is what I want to be. That is where I'm heading. So at the point here, you should just have everything you want to be. Surround it.
Yeah.
You should surround you. You should have a target. You get. Don't look that environment, emotional distance. See, nobody is emotional anything. If you cannot give yourself that emotional support, bro, nobody is going to emotional support you in any way. There's nothing like emotional support because the more you try your best, the more people talk you down. The more you put in effort, the more people talk you down. See, I have a little to no issue with Olodo uprising because these are people that they are audacious with whatever they do. Do you get? Even as YC said, Olodo uprising, people they still even created content
Yeah.
on the Olodo uprising thing. That's to make them show that they are audacious. So you now look that you have what they used to call this thing that maybe you are diplomatic.
Yeah.
You now look if they insult you or they say something to talk you down, you just go off.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they have more than
You can't
people
survive in this current society.
this thing. You don't have to be diplomatic.
Yeah.
Kegan said something in the room that we were. He said that how much do you have in your trust fund account? See, if you are not a trust fund kid, you should. There is no reason why you should have shame. You should be shameless. My papa and mama, they have nothing. So tell me why I should now sit back. Even David, that his father is very rich, still puts himself out there. He makes sure that people is still insulting that with the kind of wealth he has, Davido will beg, he will do everything because he wants to get there. So what is stopping you that you don't even have half of what Davido has?
An example, Kakaefe.
These people, see, all these people, they are still in the same category. If these people they have audacity, what is stopping you that has the mindset from having similar
Then
audacity?
also, as a creator, you need to check your diet, check your appetite, you check what you are consuming. As a video editor, you can't be telling me you are following Kataife, you are following Fela. What do you want to learn from them?
When I came in here, I told him the last thing I watched was what I came to tell him, Silent King. And Silent King was talking, he's doing a creator 101 this thing
Yeah.
right now. I will actually advise everybody to go and watch it. Follow him. I've made sure that I follow him. I've missed about the 5 to the 6. I just go TikTok today and I saw the 7 and I watched the 7. And he said your industry is not content creation. Content creation is not an industry. It is a medium. Your industry is what you do. And I talk about music. If you check my TikTok page, I like music. So I make sure that I talk about music. That is one thing I have passion for. So that is my industry. I'm into the music business, even without knowing I'm into the music business already. So if you talk about food, you do cooking and everything, you're already in the food industry.
Yeah.
That is the way it is. So I actually advise watch Silent King, watch Kegan. Kegan goes to life almost every day.
Yeah.
Either morning or in the night. He goes to life. See, people tell me that they don't have data. I don't have data too. But I make sure I watch all these things.
Yeah.
As creators, we consume a lot of
Yeah.
data. In a month, I spend over 20K on data. And I don't have source of income.
Yeah.
And I just make sure that these people I watch their life. Even if you cannot tell me that there's no network, you will find network.
Yeah.
Don't allow these things to limit you.
Wow, that's very very nice. Like this episode is so amazing, and I'll just give my last advice and to anyone who wanting to become a creator is do what people have not done. When you do what people have not done, you create a new generation. Do what people have not done. One, two, be hungry and be thirsty. If other people increase the sacrifice other people are paying, if you're really hungry, is how you'll be fueled. So I tell someone I post 12 times a day when I was back home. 12 freaking times a day, and I don't still feel it's enough. Why? I wonder, and that's why in 4 months we had over 100K followers. Bam! 12 times in a day, and I edited over 30 times in less than a week. Because I just keep because I was hungry to just see results. So don't rest, you see results. Don't rest, you see results. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. You'll be tired, you'll be exhausted, but just keep going. You need to keep going. And eventually, we all pray that you would actually see the result you're hoping for. Thank you very, very much. I sincerely appreciate this amazing time. And in closing, I would love, with all respect, give an amazing shout out to the BOSC Mass Communication Department for allowing us to use their studio. We love you and we thank you very much. Everyone, see you next on the next episode of Think Different with St.Promise.